Here's no vacation!
Cheers.
Total road trip foul. If anybody's ever traveled with me and my food, they know I never remember to bring a fork. It's pretty much the usual, so.
And we just stopped 10 seconds ago.
We stopped at Starbucks and I did get a fork there. So we just had to stop again so I could get a fork. But I stocked up at Panera. But I'm about to eat.
We got one extra.
Well, that's stocking up. That's stocking up. Okay. So I'm about to eat my meal in the car. It's 70 grams. Actually, no, this is 110 grams of rice with 4 ounces of chicken, honey mustard, and all the cinnamon. And we really haven't made it that far. Oh yeah, we're gonna arrive there at 1:16 a.m. I'm gonna eat and then we'll start answering some questions.
Fire.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Alright, so we're gonna answer some of these questions now. So, we're gonna turn the music down.
I want the easy ones first.
The easy one. You give him the easy ones!
I want all the easy hippopotamus.
So, Christine Marie 813 asks, can you each touch on how you knew the other person was your forever? How long did it take? Did either of you have doubts? So, we've known each other since we were 20, and he was 20, just turning 21. And it was the summer going into my sophomore year of college. I was a beer car girl at a golf course, and he was a car boy. So, car girl meets car boy. And I had a crush on him, like, from the get-go. I don't really think the same was felt, but we, you know, went on like one date that was supposed to be like a group date, and I pretty much already liked him, so
I thought you planned the whole thing out.
I didn't know.
And then lied that somebody else was coming.
No, I did not. Anywho.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
So this whole relationship is based off of a lie.
No, it's not. Anywho, but we were together pretty much all through college, and we were briefly, very briefly, broken up to make that decision for ourselves if we were going to be each other's forever. And
so it was mutual.
wasn't totally mutual, no, but we were separated for just a little bit before we got back together. And when we got back together, we did make it more of a personal situation. We didn't really talk about it with a whole lot of family and friends. We just tested the waters to see if, you know, we really missed each other as much as we thought we did, and we did. And then, was it like a year later you asked me to marry you? After that? Or like 6 months? It was quick.
Not good with time.
Me either. I'm not good with that much.
I just remember you said you were gonna move to West Virginia with me regardless.
That's true. Like, I loved him enough to move to West Virginia.
Yeah.
By God.
Before I even proposed.
Before he even proposed. Like, he was like, my new job is gonna make me live in West Virginia. Is that okay? And I said, yeah, I'm gonna come with you.
Yeah.
Because I love him. He's my forever. So yeah, I knew even before he asked me to marry him that he
So
was
I
my
had to do
forever.
right by her.
I had to do right by her. All right. Next question. I hope that answered. I don't
That
really
didn't
know.
answer half of that.
Did either of you have doubts? I mean, I moved to freaking West Virginia. By God.
Yeah, but you dumped me once. So you must have had some doubts.
I had doubts before. That's why I dumped you.
She dumped me once.
And
I was probably, I guess, rebound slash what?
How are you the rebound?
Settled.
No.
Settled for me.
If I would have stayed with anybody who I dated in between, that would have been settling. Because I still miss you.
You're like, I'll just go back to him.
Anyways, we're moving on. We're moving on. Moving on. Care Bear 181 asks, what's your next goal? Funny you should ask. I'm just, continuing to do my thing. And I'm working closely with my coach to decide what the best path is for me in the future. I am continuing into a prep stage because we are in the process of deciding that still. So, yeah.
Cliffhanger.
My process with that run for two, I was really driven by my surprise shot at figure in November. And so externally, I was really motivated by everybody and all the athletes in my federation and by all my friends and family. And so that prep this past June was like really externally motivated. That's where I found, my passion and my drive. And this go around, I really kind of want things to be a little bit more internally motivated and a little bit more intrinsically driven, because that's truly really who I am. So I just kind of want to rewind back to that and just know that I find that I'm most powerful when I am intrinsically driven. So that's what we're going for. But I will still, keep you guys posted as I...
Intrinsically driven goal.
Yes, it is. This is for me.
What's intrinsic mean?
Within.
Intrinsic.
Extrinsic would be externally motivated. No, externally motivated by outside sources. Yeah, apparently you're getting a vocabulary lesson here too. He's better at that than me. I make up words, let's be honest.
And sayings.
And sayings, I do that too. Alright, so Lulu Bella asks, I know you mentioned you work at Lululemon as an educator on one of your vlogs. Can you explain what that job entails? How does your hubby feel about you competing? So we'll address the first one. So being an educator is the foundation role with the company Lululemon. It's the most important role in the company to educate all our guests on the function, the feel, and the love that we have for our products and for the environment we create within our store, and just be the power behind our brand. And we do that by educating our guests on why we design the pieces we design, why we pick the fabrics we pick, why we want you to feel as incredible in our clothes as we've designed them to be, and their intended function of them. And so as an educator and within the company, we're all educators, even from my store manager to my floor leaders, we're all educators. So we put the guests first and foremost, and we put the product and education about the product as the highest pillar within the company. So basically, that's what I do, is I create a guest experience from front of house to back of house through the entire store and within the community of Lululemon and the community of Louisville. And I love what I've dove kind of headfirst into, and it actually, I did not expect it to be as rewarding as it is, and I did not expect to be surrounded by some of the most spirited individuals that I've truly ever met. And I get to walk into work every day with a smile on my face and witness the smiles on other people's faces, and just be in such a great space of support and community and unique individuals. So yeah, so that's what that, I guess that answers that question. I don't know, I'm pretty passionate about it. I could really do a whole vlog on my experience joining the Lululemon education stuff. So anywho, okay, so how does your hubby feel about competing? So we're just gonna go right on over to him. How do you feel about me competing?
Well, there's mixed feelings about it. I think, obviously, your wife's standing on stage with a bikini on, so there's a little bit of jealousy and maybe some inhibitions of her standing up in front of whoever wants to see her in a skimpy little bikini, but it's what she wants to do. So how do I feel about it? How do I feel? I try not to have very many feelings about it.
Don't have any
I'm
feelings?
proud. I don't have any feelings. I'm proud of her. That's the only feeling I try to keep around about it. If she likes to do it, then I try to support her. It's not what I would have picked for her. I'd rather her be like in the LPGA winning major championships and winning millions of dollars instead of spending hundreds of dollars and not winning any case yet. But yeah, proud is the number one feeling. It's the only feeling. There is no other feelings.
That's good.
How's that?
I guess sounds good. Oh, no feelings.
No feelings.
All right. Let's
How
see.
feeling?
All right. So Hannah Lynn Fit asks, "What sort of training split do you follow?" So I don't turn the music yet. I'm not done. Oh, I do like this song. You can turn it up for a second. Whoop, whoop. We'll have to come back to that one because I do like that song.
Okay.
All right, sorry. Handle and Fit, what sort of training split do you follow? I create my training split without the notions of days of the week. So I've noticed that a lot of people create training splits based so much around the calendar, and they're, I really think you truly need to just create your training split based on your life and your structure of your days. So ideally, I like to have 3 days of structured lifts followed by a rest day, where that rest day could possibly include cardio. Most likely it does include cardio right now. But with my work schedule on the floor, in a retail position, sometimes that doesn't work to my, to my best ability. I try to shape it, but my first 3 days of my training cycle are focused mainly on load days. So the goal there is he's driving a little fast. I hope there's probably gonna be so much background noise in this now that I'm thinking about it. But okay, so day 1 through 3 are really focused on load days. So the objective there is to push the heaviest weight I can at those specific movements at a lower rep range, and drop my weight as the sets progress and increase my reps from that point. So whether it's back and biceps, chest and triceps, rear delts, shoulder isolation, day 1, 2, and 3 change based on my goals and objective for my body. And currently day 1 is chest, tri, and some shoulders, some light shoulder work. And day 2 is a lower body emphasis on starting with squats, but it's basically a quad emphasis day. And day 3 is back, biceps, and rear delts. And then I go into a rest day. And then day 4, 5, and 6 are volume based. So the objective there is to keep the rep range high, whether it be 10 reps, whether it be 12, whether it be 15, depending again on my training goals and objectives for my body at that point. But I try to maintain my rep range high, and I'll start with the most aggressive weight I think I can hit at that rep range, and then progress from there through the sets. So, second set, I try to hit the same weight with the same reps. If I didn't hit it, I abandon the set, and I actually don't count it, and I drop weight and then see if I achieve the rep range that I'm looking for. So yeah, so day 4, depending on my goal. Right now I'm really focusing on my shoulders. As a competitor, I really want my shoulders to be as defined structurally as possible. So day 4 is a really high emphasis on shoulders, but I do some incline chest work on those days to isolate my anterior and my medial delts. And then day 5 is a lower body emphasis with structured around deadlifting. So I'm working on my hamstring, my glutes, and I do a little isolated calf work on that day. And then day 6 is back to back buys and rear delts again. So as you can see, do quite a lot of volume in my shoulders right now. So that's my current training split. I might be focusing a little bit more on hamstrings and glutes here in the coming months. Is that allowed with that harvesting?
You can do whatever you want. It's America.
I didn't think you could do that.
You can do whatever you want.
Okay. All right. Next question. I think the next question is going to come from the Facebook. So, from Facebook, someone asks, ask your hubby how he deals with the way you eat. Does he eat what you eat? If not, how on earth do you have the time to cook for him and prep for you?
That's a touchy subject, isn't it?
It's actually quite a touchy subject recently.
Why don't you say, how do you cook for me?
So I kind of revert to, like, if I have extra rice, I'll make like a stir-fried rice for him. Just throw in an egg with some extra jasmine rice, whatever vegetables we have extra that need to be eaten, and whatever protein source he prefers, which along the lines of buffalo chicken tends to be.
Buffalo sauce.
Buffalo sauce is what he tends to love.
She doesn't cook for me every day.
I don't cook for him every day.
It's a very, I would say, it's almost kind of rare that we even see each other during dinner time anymore.
Yes, it's very rare.
So,
yeah.
It's usually a nice egg sandwich with fried lunch meat that I cook myself for dinner most nights.
Yeah. When I am home at dinner time, which is very rare, it's actually used to be the other way around. I would be home at dinner and he would not be. So we just kind of have weird schedules right now.
Sometimes I guilt her into making me a big dish of like baked ziti was the last one,
or baked mac and cheese.
Sometimes it's like a nice
pizza. I make homemade pizzas a lot.
No, you don't do anything a lot.
I don't. Often.
The pulled pork that you make.
Oh yeah. So
it's like once every 2 months I get like a nice dish that I can make for myself.
Okay, so yeah, I sometimes throw in just like a pork tenderloin in the crock pot.
Yeah.
Just let it cook with a little bit of, like, I've put bourbon in it before. I've put like some fun stuff in it to make it taste good.
So
but like a pulled pork.
Sum it up. You don't cook for me that often, and I definitely don't eat what she eats. Very rarely. Because she's always in contest prep mode, so there's only like, so many. I mean, she weighs out.
Always
for the past like year and a half, she's been in contest prep mode.
I've been in improvement season, and
there's always prep, some kind of prep.
Yeah, I mean, I always prep my food. Like, I always have extra food, and I always have a structure to follow. And
she's not your typical stay-at-home wife that cooks dinner for hubby.
Okay, first off, I don't stay at home.
Well, that was the vibe of that question.
Oh, okay. I didn't feel like that was the vibe of that question.
No, that was. It was like, how do you cook for your husband? She doesn't. It's rare. And if it is, it's like a big casserole for like a week and a half's worth of food.
I know. I cook for like an army when I do. Because it just, I cook for an army for myself. So, I guess that comes to the next question is, would you eat all the food that I eat? Like, would you eat just jasmine rice with chicken and mustard on it? Like, would you eat that?
Yeah, if you actually cooked it for me, but there's never enough ounces.
Well, I would make more if that's the food you would eat.
I would eat whatever. I don't, you know, I just.
I mean, you could throw some buffalo wings.
Right, I could do anything. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what I tend to do. Is whatever. Sometimes I just eat gummy bears for better.
Yeah, true. He's been eating the heck ton out of gummy bears.
A heck ton.
A heck ton.
A heck ton.
I told you I'd make up words. All right, so maybe after this video, when we get back from vacation, I'll just start like buying a heck ton of chicken and beef and making a deck ton of rice and potatoes.
I've already told you to do that before, and you didn't do it. So
okay, well, from this point,
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you.
Check back up in a month.
I don't believe you.
Yeah. Check back up in a month and see if she does that.
Okay. So this Q&A has been like 20 minutes. So I think that's going to be enough footage. And now I'm going to go into an old workout that we filmed maybe like a week ago. Maybe. So enjoy that.
Are you ready for the chase now?
Good morning. So it is Friday, June 8th. Yeah.
July. You got the date right.
So we are going to go train. This is gonna be my second squat day since the competition. My first squat day post competition. I don't really go for a max. I kind of stay in a real good comfort zone, just get blood flowing, because I know I'm coming out of a pretty strong deficit. This past week I hit some PRs on bench and my ISO incline chest press. So I think that I'm gonna have some good reserves to possibly go a little high on my squats today. So I'll get a couple clips of the workout for you guys, because I don't think in my entire Run for 2 prep that I actually posted a squat workout. So you guys will get to see that here in the next clip. So you guys enjoy leg day. So here you guys see me doing a warm-up set on the squats for 95 pounds. I utilize the hip circle to help activate my hips here in the movement and give some resistance against my hips as well.
'Cause I'm ready for the chase now. Heaven knows that I'm a dreamer. And you know it when you see her.
So here we are is my first real working set here at 135 pounds. It felt pretty good here, so I went for my 6 reps, and then I decided to leave some in the tank to see exactly how far I could push myself this workout.
Too much too soon, is it right now?
So my spotter was also my filming, so nobody saw it, but I did 205 for 3. Yeah. You guys know the drill with my workout footage. I typically just show you a couple sets because nobody wants to see 4 sets of the same thing over again. But since I've joined this new gym here, I really have enjoyed this hack squat variation. So what you're seeing here is just kind of a warm-up set working with 90 pounds through a high reps on this machine. I decided to get a little brazen here and added an additional 50 pounds to this machine and went for a high rep range of 12 again. And as you'll see towards the end, the terrible faces come out.
Too much too soon, is it right now? Let me in, I'm waiting outside. Heaven knows I'm dreaming out loud. 'Cause I'm ready for the chase now.
So the last thing you're going to see here is my leg extension. I lost my videographer to the basketball court. So I'm doing drop sets here with a rest pause of 5 breaths between my drop sets. And notice how I'm also alternating between my toes turned in and toes turned out on the pad to isolate my quads in different areas.